Friends, hello, welcome back. Happy December. Today we're going to be doing our December edition of our State of the Market for Hockey Ultimate Team. We're going to start with everybody's favorite area here, the easy way I should say, the easy passive income of the collectibles. I think there's something, as per the usual here, we'll just, state the obvious. We're still playing, gold collectibles. What we're looking at here, gold collectibles, anything under 60K we're buying, putting them back up for 64.9, 65.9. If you want to be patient, wait 66.9 on event day. That's the time to get rid of those bad boys. And whenever you're second week of the event being out, that's usually when the gold collectibles go down. Icon collectibles, not as they're more stable, being that they're just icons out there. Icon collectibles though, by the way, which are starting to lose flavor. And this is going to be a good time to pick them up. I think I've seen them under 55K, and I think that's a pretty nice area. If you can pick them up 52, 53K, you're going to get the rivals. You're going to get the, what the heck are the thing? So it's squad battle rewards. When those packs start coming out, people are going to be ripping those bad boys. Could be a good chance to pick those up this week, and here's why. It is December, and we have icons that are currently sitting at bronze. They are bronze icons. We have silver this year. We have gold this year. And last year, gold icons, you started to see them trickle into the market February, March-ish, April-ish, whatever range there. And what was key about that was they went straight from silver to gold. There was one upgrade. This year, there's two, which means you kind of have to split that time in half. And I think December, January is a really good time. You're going to see icons go from bronze to getting those silver upgrades. Because keep in mind, if they do it like last year and they don't just do a big old set at once, they release them, weekly. They didn't release every single Legends or every single Icon's gold player or gold upgrade in 1 week. They did it over a stretch of 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever. That being said, it's December now. If you were to do that again for December, you would say, let's say 5 weeks, or let's say it's a month worth of releases. Even if it's not the 1st of December, let's say 2 weeks into December, you're talking mid-January when that's done. And you want to think, well, logically you'd say, okay, we're going to have silver icons for a couple months. You're saying in February, mid-March. Mid-March is when you're normally talking team of the year. Everything's so different this year, though, because of the fact that the season's different. But if you were to target, again, that mid-March, April range for gold player, gold icon, gold master icons, which is still, in play because EA keeps upgrading players' cards and stuff, so you're going to keep these as high as possible. That would make sense. Every 2 months they release the upgraded version. For that reason, I think there's a very good chance you say, let's buy these icon collectibles cheap now, and they might shoot back up real quickly here in the coming week or two here. So we've been stacking up on some cheaper icon collectibles. Mostly, in the 53K range there. If you can pick them up cheaper than that, yeah, go for it there. But stacking up on those, always doing the flipping of the gold collectibles from the collectible standpoint. It's just something to watch out there for you guys. We don't have the slightest clue. As always, we don't know any sort of timeline by EA. We're just trying to project things from a logical standpoint here. So take that as you will. Before we go ahead and jump over to the next thing, I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to our friends at Hut Coin Traders. If you guys are looking for a place to get some reliable Ultimate Team coins, be sure to check the link in the description below to cointraders.co and use code LEGACY for 5% off of your purchase. Next thing we're going to talk about here for the market is the old Distributor Synergy. Now, early in the year, when these bad boys came out, you could pick them up cheap on, when they first came out, like the 83, 84s, and flip them for a lot more because of how rare Distributor was. I do think we're starting to get to that point where you're still going to see some guys go for a pretty penny with Distributor, but at the same time, I think you have to be more selective. Like the Daniel Sedins, that's a sick card, 91 overall, 87 speed, but you got to be careful. If you run into guys with a bad card, maybe an 85, 86 speed, higher overall, I don't think you look at him and say, okay, that's the next Miro Haskin in Master card or something along those lines there. Just like we're seeing a Ginla right now. He's real cheap, but that's because he's out in packs. Everybody's ripping the packs. They got the diamond packs. I do think he's got a chance to rebound a little bit there. It's, again, I think you got to be very mindful of, though. 90 overalls, 91 masters. We're probably going to get 92s next event because it's a new month, and they'll probably upgrade that. For that reason, he's 2 overall points below the next, the next upgrade. That's always wearisome for me. I don't like personally, at least, buying when the next set's going to be an upgrade. I don't like jumping into those master items, especially when it's going to be 2 overall points different there. If it was the first week or first set of the week, or first set of the month, I should say, I like it. Not as much there. It's still not a bad price, though, for a guy like, for the Ginla there. 87 speed we're talking about. I think the Forsbergs of the world, because Distributor 84 speed, I don't think that's going to be a 50K card for too much longer. Again, it's just because The reason you pay so much for distributors is because it's the best synergy in the game, but you have to keep in mind because there's so few players with it. With EA releasing like literally 100 featured cards a week, there's more and more guys getting distributor and more guys getting those 85s, those 86s, those 87, those 88 overalls, which are making the guys that are, you know, at one point in time you was paying for that, you know, 50, 60K for distributor for an 84, 83. Those are going to continue to become more and more obsolete here, like the Bertuzzis of the world here, I think I'm looking at for an idea there. So be careful with the distributor. Still holds value. Just keep in mind, it's not going to, you know, don't get overhyped about it, as you may have, you know, beginning of November saying, wow, look how much these guys went up with distributor. Just remember, when there's more supply, the demand goes down, which means the prices ain't going to skyrocket as much as they typically would. And speaking of turn of the month, we will talk about, are we on normal players? No, there's just that many Vasilevskis out here. I want a skater. Can I do skater? Skater EA filter? No, we can't. Okay, we got all the goalies up, whatever. But it is the turn of the month, and again, we remind you that when the month turns, you get the players with the upgrades from their previous overall, typically. Yeah, he's been kind of wishy-washy with it this year, I'll be completely honest. You know, we've seen some guys get +2s, some guys got +0s, some +1s, but rule of thumb is they're going to upgrade these guys new month when they get cards out, and, you know, guys like Victor Hedman are a prime example. He's usually a guy, and, you know, just going off last year, and I think this is a stays true thing for a lot of players, unless they get some sick synergy or something. When he gets an upgrade, you'll see that upgrade kind of fall around the same range of his previous highest card, and his highest card will just, you know, plummet like 30, 40K or something. A lot of the times you see like there's an 88 head, oh, it's Kucherov, I was gonna say there's no 88 Hedman, is there? The 86 or Hedman right now, 180, 130, he's got that howitzer with him right now. The extra value again, now you got to keep that in mind with the speed. But a lot of times, just a rule of thumb for most players in general, when you see them hit the 88, the next one will come out, it'll be a 90. We're getting to that time where, you know, if a Kucherov stays 330 now, you know, his next one might go for 370, 380 when it comes out, and it'll slowly come back down to 330. Meanwhile, the 331 will just, you know, continue to decline in price here drastically, if that's really his price right now, considering that his 86 is only 20K. Let's see here real quick. Kucherov. That seems really expensive. Yeah, that's an example, I guess, though, you know? When these guys come out with their new upgrades, just be very mindful of that. Personally, again, if it's guys you feel like you can play without, you know, I'd sell them now, and then it won't be long, you know? EA can't resist. They can't resist coming out with them fancy upgrades to sell the packs. They're going to come out with them again, especially your popular players. I know the McDavid was a perfect example of that last year as well. If you watch McDavid's upgrades when they came out, he would always fall around 400K every single time he got an upgrade, 400K. Which meant, you know, if you held the previous upgrade, though, it's just slowly going, you know, 300, 350, 250, 200, whatever. And then, last but not least, we will talk about our cheapies as always. First reminder here, check out silvers. We're getting to that point of the year where it's not the beginning of the year, and it's not Christmas Day where everybody's ripping packs in as well. We're going to get a little dry spell, I think, here for the next 2 or 3 weeks, where there ain't a lot of packs being ripped, which means players like silvers actually go for a pretty penny. Anywhere from 350 to 450, you'll see these bad boys go for. So don't get caught quick selling these guys, because they add up. You know, you pull 5, 6 of these in a pack, you're talking 2, 3, 4K, or whatever there. So be careful with those. I mean, if you want to re-roll them, I guess. But, you know, always take the coin route here if you're going to give me 350, 400 for a silver. So always be watching those as well. As far as the golds are concerned, again, it depends when the set comes out. Right now, I think they're going for under a K. And what I'm looking for here, we'll take a look just to confirm we're not crazy. Yeah, under a K. But they go for about, you know, 1,100 when you get that nice set out there. Everybody's ripping them. Still nothing at 900 right now. Is there anything at 950? Yeah, there's some. If you spam it, they'll start popping up, especially during the day or whatever, when people are ripping packs at a, you know, a peak time of playing. And then for as far as golds, again, you know, you don't have to put them in sets if you don't want to. I like looking at golds for that 800 buy now, 850 buy now. And then again, when people are starting to go crazy to get collectibles done, maybe we see icon, like I said, icons come out. People want to buy golds for those. You can go ahead and sell them for 1,100, 1,150, 1,200, 1,250. They go in that range. Quickly, they'll probably go at 1,100. That's why I said 1,100 quick flip. You're talking 800 to 1,100, 300 coins, 100 players. That's 30K, you know? So a good way to make some coins there as well if you're looking good on that route. But that pretty much sums up everything we have to talk about so far for December. As for this video, I hope you guys found it helpful. As always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.